As an aspiring enrolled agent joining the profession, can you talk about opportunities out there today from the perspective of an enrolled agent entrepreneur in year one of their business life cycle? Year one, I am just starting out.
Be a greeter at Walmart?
Don't do it.
No. You know,
That was your outside voice, by the way, AJ.
Yeah, I know. Boy, it's endless. You take it first. You go first.
So they want to know what that would look like or what the opportunities are? Because there's kind of two different questions. What does that first year maybe entail or?
Take it anywhere you want to go, Ty.
Okay, so I'm going to say first year in business, if I can even remember what that even looks like. Now it's different because my first year was back in early 2000s when technology wasn't even there. So I would say now new aspiring agents may think it's easier because of technology and think they don't have to work as hard, and that's a little scary. So I would say that if you're coming in, you're not going to have as many clients maybe unless you took over some practice or were just practicing and just became an EA. But if you're starting out on your own, you really need to come to conferences. You really need to get your continuing education. You really need to understand what tax research looks like, and you really need to understand your craft. It's going to take a while to get a niche and figure out what you really like about tax, but you have to learn tax. You cannot say, oh, my software will do it for me. Oh, I can use ChatGPT to look up the answers. I mean, I'm one who likes AI as a tool, but if you're new coming in and think that you can rely on AI to carry you through this profession, you are in the wrong profession. You have to know what you don't know, and that's the only way you can know AI is incorrect or that something you're reading is incorrect or be able to say that doesn't sound right is because you've researched it. So I would say come in and get to know as much as you can. Don't focus so much on trying to get clients from everywhere. Try to stick with what you know, because I get a lot of new preparers that come up to me and they have a lot of questions and they're like, oh, I have a client, they have all these foreign accounts and they have this and they have that, or I just have a client and they started an S Corp and they have a partnership and they have those are advanced topics for somebody starting a business. So you don't have to do everything. So my advice is kind of stay focused, try to learn what you can. Don't take in everything, get a mentor, get someone that can help you through the practice, and try not to just take on things that you're not familiar with. It's okay to turn away a client. So that would kind of be my advice, and it's scary because in the beginning, you take everything. You want your money, every client that comes to you, you think is a client, and that's probably the growth cycle you're in. But just be more careful about that and be a little bit more selective and really try to focus on what you know if you don't have the support group you need to get through the more complex returns.
AJ.
Most importantly, you join something like NAEA, and we have Tax Talk today. So somebody asked me, or jokingly said, which they might need medical help, I want to be like you when I grow up. Don't grow up. But how can I know as much as you know? As Alan will tell you, we've been doing this a long time. We've been doing this 38 years. So my suggestion is join NAEA. We have solutions room. Come to the round table on the third Thursday. Sometimes I moderate it, but it doesn't matter. Just go there. You can talk among yourself. You know, I'm a firm believer in maybe having, I know everybody wants to be self-employed, but maybe joining a firm for a while and getting your feet wet. But if that's not the case, it's okay to go out. There's plenty of work. As Ty say, be selective. You don't have to take anything off the street. And then just take a topic every, the webinars, the solution rooms, right? Take little bites at it every day. Alan says he gets up in the morning, and so do I. I read a half hour of tax law. I see what cases are out, what's new, what's going on. It's just something, it's my hobby. Do I have a hobby? Yeah, it's tax law. I don't have any problem. I said the other day, you got to have a hobby. That's my hobby, besides hiking and backpacking. But it's something that you take little pieces on. And I said in practice management, it's easy. What you do today affects tomorrow. You want to goof off today, it's going to affect tomorrow. Do the right thing. Even when doing the wrong thing is not necessarily wrong, do the right thing for what you believe in.
Jeff?
So I think to echo some of the points that my colleagues here have made, these conferences are critical. When I was starting out, the connections I made at conferences like this, the connections I made going through NTPI, really drove the trajectory of my career at that point. And being involved in the organization, so I'm part of CSEA as well as NAEA, being involved in the organizations, being able to talk to people, being able to meet people, making friends is a good thing, especially when you're starting out as an entrepreneur in year one, where you have that bank balance that's hovering perilously close to zero on any given day. The other thing I would say, or two other things I would say, is that the opportunities now are quite significant. There are a lot of opportunities available for those who look for them that were not previously available. A lot of people are retiring. A lot of people want to find people, train them, and then hand over their books or be bought out. And so those opportunities did not exist maybe 10 years to the level they are today 10 years ago. And finally, I think the most important thing starting out, which is slightly concerning when we see some of the people on TikTok, is you need to be humble. And you didn't, as Ty pointed out, you need to know what you don't know, but you also should not be afraid to ask for help. And you should not be afraid to step back and say, you know what, I need to pick up some work. So maybe that means I pick up contract work. Work that pays the bills, that's within your scope, that you know how to do, works out well. Hey, this partnership came in. I can't do it, but I know someone who's phenomenal. Maybe they'll let me work with them and I can learn how to do it that way and get a percentage of this fee. Or I just refer it to them and then maybe they've got something they don't want that I can do. And it all works out. And I think those would be the key points I would make, especially the last one, be humble.
Very good. And I'm going to chime in here. Not that I've not chimed in before, but I'm going to do it anyways. Couple of points that are really important. Number one is there's a vendor's room right next door. Talk to these vendors. Don't feel that you need every product on that floor. You can only afford so much. Pick a tax software that works for you. I have been using the same tax software for over 30 years. I have a love-hate relationship with that software. I can assure you that there's times that I want to throw my laptop out the window.
But then you think about what it's going to take to rebuild all those depreciation schedules.
I was going to say that.
And believe me, the more silver in my hair, the more I realize I do not want to learn anything new when it comes to technology any more than I have to. So I am going to continue to use this software as long as it's around. I chose that. But a real important thing to remember here is that this question, the way it was phrased, is here's somebody that is in business. Know what it means to be in business. There's organizations out, not just the tax business, but business in general. Know what it means to go out there, and one of the places to start is SCORE. SCORE is the Service Corps of Retired Executives. It's an offshoot of the SBA. It's a federally funded program, so far, of volunteer business people that have been there and done that. Their counseling is free. Reach out. Take a business class. Have a business plan. But the most important thing you can do for yourself is set a fee schedule. Decide how you're going to charge for your work. And if you quote somebody a fee and they say, can you do it for less? The answer is no. Have a minimum fee for your tax returns. Whatever that number is going to be, you have that number. And if somebody says, well, I can't afford that, then I'm sorry, you need to be shopping in a different place. Now, we have options, right? We can shop at Walmart or we can shop at Nordstrom. Do you want to be the Nordstrom repairer?
Yes.
One thing I learned a long time ago, and I tell this story, and I do this at the IRS tax forums. I'm part of the practice management workshop. And I tell this story. I said, there's two ways to make money in any business. I don't care what it is. A little for a lot or a lot for a little. I can sell 100 hot dogs at $1 a piece. I make $100. I can sell 10 filet mignon at $10 a piece. I make $100. How hard do you want to work? Because if you're pricing yourself right, you're not working nearly as hard. I like to be home by 6 o'clock during tax season. I like to not work weekends, and that's the way I live my life. That was my choice. It took a long time to get there. But once I got there, I won't go back. I don't work Fridays, off tax season, and during tax season, it's only half a day. And I get all my work done because I chose that direction.
Tax Talk Today, the tax show for the tax pro, is the innovative educational program presented in collaboration with the IRS, designed exclusively for today's tax practitioner.
There's various loss limitation rules we need to be aware of when we have a business activity.
Each program features in-depth panel discussions with key IRS executives and leading authorities from the tax practitioners community. Tax Talk Today features real-time interaction. Innovative and easy to use, Tax Talk Today is the only program that brings the IRS directly to you. Tax Talk Today can be viewed in large groups in the office or from the convenience of your home. To get continuing education credits for watching a program, purchase your CPE credits today. Tax Talk Today, the tax show for the tax pro.